Your parents' manipulation prepared you for failure. How do I know that? I'm about to tell you my life story of how the narcissistic manipulation of my parents prepared me for failure. I always looked at myself as a girl, as a child who is obedient. I was obedient. I feel like I was an easy child to raise. And I could never talk back. I could never refuse. I was always compliant and I did the right thing. I was a shy person. I was timid. I had very low self-esteem, but I was obedient and I always wanted to do things to impress my parents because I thought by impressing them, I would win the prize that they always hid from me. That I kind of thought if I do what they want me to do, I would have won in life. Now that programming came about because my parents are narcissistic. It's kind of sad when you grow up and look at your life and realize that you almost lived a lie. When I think about my life, when I do a flashback, I remember when I went to boarding school in high school, I was totally a different person in school from the one I was at home. At school, I was confident. I never let no child tease me. The ones that tried, they still remember my name to today. But at home is a place where I was like shrunk. I would never express myself. But when I went out there, I was very lively. I was doing sports. It's sad, but I was even that kid that would literally challenge teachers if they wanted to take advantage of me. For example, they used to come and punish everyone in class. And if I was not wrong, I would stand up literally and tell the teacher, no, you're not going to punish me because I was not part of the people that did wrong. I was a totally different person from my home environment. I think like when I was in my early 20s, now I'm in my mid 30s. Actually, this is my birth month, July. When I was in my early 20s, I went away from home. I went abroad. But I was stunned and confused because everything I did never worked. I tried everything. My dream was to settle and be married and make money and just be like a normal human being living out their life. But it did not work out and it hurt me so bad. But I was confused. And in that confusion, it even led me, because I was looking for answers, that's one of the reasons why I became Christian. And then I realized there is something called warfare. There is something called spiritual manipulation. I started paying attention to the Lord. And as I prayed, the Lord told me I had to return back home. So I did return home. I returned back home and I was amazed. It's like the Lord wanted to answer the questions that I was always asking, but he could not answer them because I was too far away to hear the answers. I had to come back home in order for me to hear and literally see the answers of why my whole life turned out the way it turned out, being stuck, full of confusion, no direction. Everything I touched failed. So when I came back home, as I said, the Lord literally put a mirror right there in front of me. I was surprised that everything I saw reminded me of my childhood, reminded me of who I am. Sometimes I feel like I'm dreaming because it's still happening. I have been back home not for so long. It's now coming to a year, but I feel like every day that I look at my life, I'm looking at it's like I'm getting the answers to the prayers that I prayed. And the first thing that shocked me is I saw my parents for the very first time for who they are. Manipulative, narcissistic, full of jealous, competition, no love, no compassion. I'm saying these things because I have healed. Because yesterday I was talking to one of my friends and she asked me, how are you able to live in such an environment where you are able to relate to these people without feeling bad? I told my friend that I forgive. I forgive myself, I forgive my parents, and I forgive the whole situation. That's how my eyes are able to see more. Because the first time when the Lord opened my eyes, I was too shocked. I was in denial. I was like, no, this cannot be true. But it was true. So I'm speaking this not because I'm bitter, as you can see, but it's just so amazing how we get programmed by our own parents to fail. It is so sad because no one talks about this. It's even a taboo to go and tell the world that, hey, the reason why I was failing is because I was programmed by my own parents. It's like the programming that was around me. I was programmed from a young age because of the words I kept on hearing ever since I was a young girl. I'm still hearing those same words even today, but I'm feeling sorry for my younger self because at a young age, there was no room in my mind to comprehend such words without them programming me for negativity and failure. And I'm like, wow, so this is the reason. I was literally programmed to stay stuck in the same area and never go out there and become myself. I was programmed to stay in that environment where I am being controlled by my parents, that they literally almost give birth to me so that I can be a slave to them. Oh, it's sad, it sounds bad, but I'm able to say these things because I know there is someone out there who is being taken advantage of, who is confused, who is still stuck in life, and they may not know why. I need you to go and I need you to start paying attention to the things that are happening around you, and also pray to God to open your eyes to see what's in front of you. You may be stuck in life because of the programming. You may even think it's witchcraft, but it's not witchcraft. It may be, or it may not. But for me, it is because of the way I was programmed by the words that I kept hearing. Those words were literally like hovering over me to make me a failure, to make me feel like I had limitations. I couldn't go farther away into the world, that the best thing I could do is to be right there under the control of my parents. Oh my God, it sounds sad, but it's reality. And I'm overwhelmed at the amount of people that I see online, especially on TikTok, saying the same things. I may not be narrating everything in full because some details are even shaming, but I'm so sorry. Parents need to do better. As parents, we need to do better. We need to control our emotions. If you are not healed, if you are bitter, don't put it out on your children, because if they eventually find out, not everyone is going to be forgiving. Me, I'm forgiving and understanding because I know how to see better than someone's weakness. Whatever happened to me, whatever was done to me, whatever limitations were put on me by my own parents, I don't know whether they did it intentionally. I know they did it intentionally, but I know there is a reason. If I sat them down, which I'm not going to do, to ask them, why did you do that? They have a good reason. You know what I mean? Maybe they wanted to protect respect me. Maybe they thought if I go out there in the world, something would happen to me. Or maybe they feel like, oh, I would be taken advantage of. But it's sad. Anyways, I'm saying right now that if you feel stuck in your life, if you are a failure, one of the reasons may be that it's because of the manipulation of the people that raised you. Okay? If you enjoyed watching this video, I'm gonna link a playlist with other inspiring and motivating videos. I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed.